Hey y'all. Just wanted to come kind of quick to talk about something. Not gonna be on here long because it's after midnight and I have to get up early in the morning for work. Please excuse my dry face. I just got out of the shower, so I don't have anything on my face, and I just realized it's very, very dry. But I just wanted to come on and talk about this situation about the gentleman Brock Turner that raped a young lady and got the 6 months in prison under protective custody and then the probation because they felt like he didn't need a long jail sentence because it wouldn't be beneficial to his life. And I just don't understand that. I find it very, very confusing and just outright disrespectful, if you ask me. Like, the comments that his dad made in the letter saying that, he would never be this happy-go-lucky person again, and I wrote some of the notes down. He's consumed with worry, anxiety, fear, and depression. And are we supposed to be concerned about what he's consumed with? Is he the victim? Like, I'm confused. Is he the victim? Why are we concerned about what he's consumed with? Why are we concerned that he's no longer going to be this happy-go-lucky person who walks around smiling? Why would that be of any of our concern? Like, the actual victim that has to deal with the emotional effects of what he caused her, what he did to her, that should be the person that people are worried about. That should be the person that the judge took into consideration instead of his life and, what he's going through. That made no sense to me. And Judge Persky needs to give up his career. He needs to go sit down and take a nap or something, because obviously he's not meant to be a judge. He does not need his position, because if you can give a person 6 months after being convicted of 3 felonies, like, I'm pretty sure Judge Persky probably has a wife. He has female family members, and I'm sure that if that was somebody in his family that was raped by an individual, he would want them to do serious jail time. He would want them to pay for their crimes, and he would want that victim that was his family member to feel vindicated. But in this particular situation, he looked out for the predator instead of the victim. And the problem I see with this is that, for one, he's probably going to do this again. There are no consequences for his actions. So there's no telling what the rest of his future is going to be and how many more women will be hurt because of this. And then just to blatantly just disregard the fact that this lady had to go through this. And it's just like, oh, well, he did something bad, but, 6 months no, it's not. 6 months is not enough. I'm sorry. I will never agree with that. And not to bring up race or anything in this, because, the race card does get played out. I will say that. Sometimes we bring up race a lot, and I know people get tired of hearing it. But it's just the truth. If this had been an African American gentleman who raped someone, they would have thrown the book at him. No, there's no way that he would have gotten 6 months. I have family members that have gotten, sorry, I had my TV paused. I was watching TMZ and it just came back on. But I have family members who, obviously the TV is not going to act right, so one moment. Let this is going on. Okay. But yeah, I have family members who committed crimes where nobody was actually hurt. And they got years in prison. There was no one who was hurt, injured, and you are doing 10 plus years in prison. And this lady, her life is, she's going to be scarred for the rest of her life. You invaded her body and you got 6 months. Yes, that is an issue. That's a problem. And that's not okay. It's not okay. This judge really just needs to give up his job. He needs to be his license, he just needs to sit down. Basically, is what I'm saying. He just needs to give it up because he is so out of order for this particular sentence. And the victim is just, I feel so bad for her to just not even get the respect that she deserved, the vindication that she deserved for this crime, for what she had to go through. And the predator, because that's exactly what he is, a predator, and his father obviously don't see anything wrong with taking things that do not belong to you, with forcing yourself onto people. When you want something, it belongs to you. That's an issue. And it'll always be an issue with him because he didn't have to pay for this decision. 6 months in prison and the protective custody, he's not really paying for it. So guess what? It's going to continue to be an issue with him. He's always going to feel entitled. And that's going to be a problem. It's going to be an issue for the rest of his life. And look at his father. He still thinks that he's entitled. You say that your son doesn't deserve a harsh sentence for 20 minutes of action. Really? Action? You call it action, what he did to this lady. 20 minutes of action. It's just despicable. It's awful. And they're just, those are words that I can, come up with to describe what I feel the situation is. But really, there are no words. Really, it's just ridiculous. And I would hate to be in the victim's shoes because it's a really fucked up situation. And the judge should be ashamed of himself. He really should. And I hope that that petition that's going around to recall him from the case actually works. I hope that it does something. Yes, I signed it as well. I hope that it actually works because that is ridiculous and so out of order. And the justice scales are just so unbalanced. When you look at things like that and you look at, like I said, African American men who have crimes where no one is hurt, but they are serving years upon years in prison, and this man can go and take advantage of a woman who's unconscious and violate her in such a way and force himself up on her body and only get 6 months in prison because his father says, oh, he's never gonna be the same and he's, gonna never have the same smile, or, he walks around with fear. Who cares? Who the fuck really cares? I mean, just honestly, he should walk around worse than that, to be honest with you. No one cares. Nobody cares that he's not going to be happy-go-lucky anymore. He shouldn't be, to be honest. He should never be happy-go-lucky again. That's what he gets. Nobody cares. Boo-hoo for you. You should have kept your dick in your pants and stayed away from that lady. Like, why are we feeling sorry for you? Like, what is the point of feeling sorry for you? No one forced you to go over there and do anything to this lady. Nobody. So can you please tell me why I should feel sorry for you? Oh, I shouldn't, right? Well, that's all, guys. I just wanted to come on here and talk about that. But I'm going to go to sleep now because I just took some Benadryl for my allergies. So it's kicking in and I'm getting a little sleepy. So you guys have a good night. See you later.